Welcome, everyone. I am very excited to be heading to Pittsburgh this weekend for the HL7 Connectathon. We are participating in the language first interoperability track where different people are bringing their agents to talk to each other to see how we can use that to solve some complex healthcare use cases. To prepare for this Connectathon, we have been working hard on our application called Prompt Opinion. Prompt Opinion is a healthcare AI solutions platform that comes in with a built-in agent that we call PO. PO provides a very natural language interface, aka chat, for interacting and exposing many agentic capabilities. It's been designed to work with all the known standards, starting with FHIR, Smart on FHIR to connect to EHRs, RAG, MCP, but most importantly, A2A. It's available now for anyone to try. And in this video, I'm going to show you how you can get started and create your own customized version of PO. So let's jump into the demo. Okay, so I'm on the homepage of the application that you can also access from chatwithpo.ai. And I'm going to go ahead and start the sign up process. So we are supporting different kind of agents that you can build within Prompt Opinion. So the most common use case, obviously, if you're using it for patient care or research, where you can manage some patient's data. You can also use it to publish knowledge databases or protocols or some other scenarios. And then we are also looking into some of the individual patient use cases. For the demo today, I'll just use patient care or research. Then it's going to ask me where is the primary patient data going to be. I can connect to a FHIR-based data source. We will be supporting other data sources, and I'll also show you how you can actually just plug in another data source using MCP. If you don't want to connect it to an existing data source, you can also select no existing data source. This will provision a completely blank FHIR database for you that you can use and access using all the FHIR endpoints. For now, I'm just going to select existing data source. And then it will ask me if I want to connect to my current organization. So we are pulling in some of the organization's FHIR servers. We can also kind of allow dynamic registration for adding your FHIR servers. But for now, I'm just going to use a sandbox, and I'm going to use Epic Sandbox. So I can go ahead and just click on Epic Sandbox, and this will take me through the process of signing up with Epic. So I am going to use their open credential, and I'm just going to go ahead and select a recent patient that I've been working with. And this is going to go through the regular Smart on FHIR process to bring me to a registration screen. I'm going to go ahead and complete the details there. Make sure you read through the terms and the privacy policy, and then I'm going to go ahead and register. So now, as the last step, what it will ask me is like, what is the default model that you want to use? So we are going to be supporting bringing your own model, which you can connect to whichever ones you're using. We are also have some hosted models that you can get an invite and you will be able to activate. And then we have connected with some of the free available services. We are starting with Gemini and GitHub, but there are others that we will be supporting. So I'm just going to select this one for now. And again, this will give me an option to connect to a Gemini model, or I can connect to a GitHub model. And what you can do is you can actually click on this link. That will take you to the AI Studio, where you can go ahead and easily create an API key. So it's pretty simple. You can actually just go in there and then copy your key from there and then bring that key back in here. And I'm just going to give it a name, Google, and I'm going to go ahead and add the model. So with that, I have created my account, and I am now in my chat interface where I can interact with Po. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to just start a new chat session. And I'm going to start with something really simple. Say, summarize this patient for me. So this is basically now the chatbot is connected to Epic through FHIR connection using an MCP server. And we'll go into the details of that in a second. What I want to just show there is that we also have this ability here where we can actually upload documents. And when we are uploading documents and we're not really uploading it to Epic, we can kind of customize this, but we have like a distributed FHIR server where we can basically upload documents, and then when the chatbot connects, it can actually merge the documents that are uploaded to this app along with the documents that are available from the FHIR server. And the purpose for this is because we are trying to first test really language first or free text notes interoperability. It also supports all the FHIR interactions, but that's kind of the goal of kind of making it work. So I can actually just go ahead and upload a sample node from here. So I'm just going to go in here and upload a document that I have created. And if I upload that document there, I'm just going to go ahead and see it. And if I do that, and now if I go back and ask it again, summarize this patient for me. You'll see that it's actually starting to read that document, extract that data from there. So again, this is basically the core chatbot functionality where it's available. Now, what we really want to do is we want to connect this chatbot to another agent. So I covered this in detail in the video yesterday, and I will put a link to that. But just to kind of show it at a high level how we are going to test that, I'm going to go to the banter op agent. And in there, I'm going to provision an agent that I can, connect to. So I'm just going to say that I want to test it with my own client. I'm going to be using with the A2A protocol, and I'm going to be starting with testing a scenario for clinical trials. So with that selected, I can just click on open room in here. And when I have that all selected, I'm just going to go in there and say, I want to copy this agent card URL. And I'm going to come back to my chat session. And then I can access my settings from just going to the application homepage. So in here, I'm going to come to A2A connections, and I can just say that, here is the agent that I want to connect to, and I'm going to give it a name. And now if I go back to my chat, I do need to refresh it once. And then when I basically select it, I will have that option to interact with the banter op agent. With that agent selected, if I ask it a question now, is this patient eligible for any clinical trials? Okay, so again, what all happened in here was that you saw basically a back and forth between Poe and the banter op agent, where the two agents were working with each other and trying to figure out if this patient is eligible for the clinical trial or not. And I did not have to intervene unless it really got to a point where it needed some information from me. But it was able to go back to the documents or go back to the EHR, pull in the information and interact with the other agent on the other side. And if you go on the other side, you will also be able to see that how this interaction is happening on the from the banter op side. So again, I covered this a lot in detail in my video yesterday that I'll share the link to. What I really wanted to show in here also was like some of the other settings and more importantly, how this can not just be an agent that is connecting to another agent, but we can also activate some other features within Poe that you can use it then from some other agents and build like an army of agents or build different kind of interactions. So first of all, before I leave this screen, I want to show that there are some options in here where we can adjust the bot's behavior. So this is the configuration that I had added. And because I had used my Gemini key, I have different models available that are all available for free under that Google account. If I basically remove the A2A agent, I have different grounding sources available, and I'll show you kind of where we can configure it. And then again, this chat setting and everything is basically available to me as a user, and it is customized to my account. I'm going to go back to my main settings in here and show you some other things that kind of are happening behind the scenes. So the first thing here is that MCP servers. So I can easily go ahead and connect it to any MCP server. Out of the box, obviously, we have an MCP server that is configured when you connected your account to the EHR. We are going to make it available where you can actually override that MCP server, or you can just go ahead and build another MCP server. And again, if you are interested in kind of how we built our MCP server, we have an open repository which you can take, which basically is available as TypeScript or .NET, and you can go build an MCP server that will connect with the EHR and basically pull all that data. And we have actually published all the documentation of how we are passing the tokens, the keys. So anything that you want to override, like even connect to a non-FHIR source, you can easily customize it. So MCP servers is one of the main ways how you would customize that. But then also you can come in here and provision different knowledge bases, or the different collections. So we can basically connect to outside vector databases like Quadrant or Azure AI Search. So if you have some data that is available in already some vector databases, you can easily connect from there, or you can provision a collection directly from here. And if you provision a collection, that collection then becomes available in the grounding sources. So if I just go ahead and add a collection in here, I'll just say test for now. And then I can basically go ahead and upload all these documents. But then if I go back to my chat now, and if I go to the grounding sources in there, you will see that I have test available there. We also have some default grounding sources that you can actually, when you're chatting, you can activate PubMed, and we are adding a lot more. And then if I go back to my settings again, the other thing that I want to show is that you can also upload protocols. So this is kind of, if I wanted to actually use BanterOp as a client, I could actually come up and upload some protocols in here, and then those protocols will be available for BanterOp to be used as a client and connecting to it. Speaking of connecting to this, how do you basically know what is my agent URL and everything? So if I go to the general settings, you can see that we have all the different configurations that are available. So I could basically just copy this agent card URL and take it back to BanterOp. And I can actually say that I have a server. I will be using the A2A protocol, and then copy this agent card in here. And now I can connect to it as a client. It won't work right now because I haven't uploaded a protocol, but that gives you the option to basically test it with different scenarios. Going back to again settings in here. One thing again, you will need to make sure that you enable anonymous access, because right now BanterOp cannot pass the key, but we do provide a way where you can connect it securely from BanterOp to this. And one of the common use cases that we have been discussing in there is that there are many examples where people are actually connecting to clinicaltrials.gov directly, but the concern always with there is that in that case, then I'm sending my PHI to clinicaltrials.gov. So we are actually working on an MCP server where I can go in here and connect to clinicaltrials.gov, but that I can import those protocols into my bot and then expose it. So that way my PHI is never actually leaving my server, and all that I can still do all the queries and configurations within my server. So those are some of the high-level features. We'll be doing deep dive demos in each of these features. But there's one more thing that I would really like to show. And that is that I just used a standalone workflow to log into my workspace. But we are working with different EHRs to actually embed this as EHR launch. And I would like to show Practice Fusion, where we have already kind of tested this and it is now working. So I'm in the Practice Fusion chart, and what I can do is I can basically select a patient. This is all again demo data, and I have activated the prompt opinion app. So if I just click to it, it will basically take me through the EHR launch flow, and it will bring me to a very similar screen that you saw before. And from here, I can again access all the features that you were looking at before. So it's not just available as a standalone for EHRs or for other scenarios, but it is also available as an application that can be easily connected to any EHR using EHR launch. This is a very early release, and Poe is still a newborn that is learning. So please be patient as we are adding new features, fixing bugs, and addressing other issues. Everything I showed today is available for you to try, so please give it a shot. I would remind that do not use PHI with the free models. If you have a use case or you want to pilot it, let us know. We do have HIPAA compliant hosted models. Me, my human team, as well as Poe is looking forward to all the feedback, as well as talking to you, some of you at least, at this Connectathon. Thanks again for watching. Cheers.